Today's final play was a compilation of everything that students have learned in the last 10 credits of Slam English. What I really loved about what we did today is students had an opportunity to put together a play from their own personal narratives that they wrote in this class. Each of them researched an influential writer for semester 1. Then they did a research presentation on their influential writer and recited an influential work from that writer. In semester 2, they chose a social topic of their interest, addressing a problem in their community, and they actually researched that topic and wrote their own personal literary narrative about that. So in today, students put together their plays, their poems, their short stories, and their songs to create a play.
An old man standing on 7th and Figueroa. People treating him differently, but he couldn't care less.
Every day I wake up and I walk out the door, I remind myself that the world is at war. Our people fought hard to stop racism, so we put Obama in office and made y'all people mad. Then they gave us Donald, and that was payback for that. Y'all don't know what it's like to be in a front car to get stopped by the cops, not knowing if you're about to die or not. Mexicans and blacks are united. We're like an anthem. Y'all people didn't like that, so y'all killed Malcolm. Martin Luther King stood up for equality for what y'all people put them through. Y'all people didn't like that either, so y'all killed him too. You can't hang out with friends and just walk around without a cop stopping you and questioning you before he drops you to the ground. If you talk back, the cop will pull the trigger. Someone records it and it goes viral like you're a famous person on Twitter. Now getting shot by the cops is only getting bigger. Donald couldn't get the wall to keep the Mexicans out, so he set something down and shoot them better for now. You guys want to copy our culture and make it your own? Tacos and chicken or something only blacks and the Mexicans know. For all the people that are afraid, I just want y'all to know, just keep on fighting because you guys are not alone. I'm here to let y'all know that I'm proud and Mexican down to the bone. I feel like it also gave us an opportunity to speak freely and about certain topics that are going on in today's world.
Loneliness as he steps into this world, surrounded by crack pipes and careless people walking past him.
I was 9 years old. I went to school every day walking down the same road. Although my environment at home was not the best, I felt my innocence was still intact. I felt my soul was alive and not frozen still. After today, my heart became so cold it could kill. I was just an adolescent living in the present. If I told you what I seen, you probably wouldn't believe it. Only 9 years old, walking home only to open my door to a scary sight. Sister foaming out the mouth like a dog with rabies. How would you react? 9 years old, I still felt like a baby. In my life, it feels like drugs are normal, consumed by friends, sold on every corner. The drugs never end. If I had $1 for every time I seen drugs, I'd probably be worth $1 million. Since I was young, drugs made me feel like I'm cursed. Because although drugs don't interest me, it seems to attract me. But my biggest blessing is drugs will never get in control of me. My health comes first.
Good. Everybody did a good job throughout the whole making of the play and the final presentation.
A lady with her 2 kids in dirty clothes and nappy hair, walking the opposite side of Figueroa, looking desolate.
For as long as I can remember, I've memorized when the highs and the lows will happen. Always looking at others having fun, living their best life. I was trying to imagine myself in their position as they go from ride to ride, from booth to booth, collecting their prizes with their endless supply of tickets. But we were one of the lucky ones, her and I. They tried to help us off this never-ending ride that is my life. And they did. For once, I was able to see beyond. For once, I was able to focus on my future. For once, we didn't have to worry about what our next meal would be, or how we would have enough money to pay the rent. But it only took one wrong action, one wrong word. Something that seemed like a sign sent from above for her to decide that this wasn't worth it. That we were better off with the things we already knew. That we were better off when we knew when the next show was about to happen, instead of the constant worry that it'll all be gone in a heartbeat. The people I met, mostly, the friends I've made, because I'm new to this school, I was able to meet people, found a job, So, yeah.
Him feeling valueless and looking slovenly in this negligent society.
Take a look around. Haven't you seen all the trash in every corner? Piles of clothes, broken mattresses, and dirty shoes? Or have you ever noticed how it's always hot, even when it's supposedly winter? Maybe you've heard of all the endangered animals, strangled by soda can plastic or killed for sport. They're dying, and so is this place we call our home. Almost every single day, I check the weather and it says unhealthy air quality. Walking past sidewalks filled with glitter and filth, smelling that strong scent of gasoline and looking up to see that smoky air, I struggle to breathe, feeling that oppressive humidity against my skin. It's a late October day. Why is it still so hot? This is because of us, our insatiable and selfish ways. So I ask you, why aren't we ever satisfied? Why do we continue to poison our environment just for excessive amounts of useless things? Now our planet and animals are dying, have been for a long time now, something that we continue to allow. But soon it's going to be too late. By the time we wake up and take conscience, things could be uncorrectable. Take some consideration for our earth and our animals. It might not be too late to make a change. My favorite part was getting to know everyone, and I felt like I wasn't gonna make friends, but I actually did, so I really like that.
Where people are mean to one another, making others feel worthless.
This is the camera of growing the street of South Central. With the help of social media, we get to see the truth as it happens all over the world. A young colored male aged around 18, making his way out of a store, with a drink on his hand and a bag of chips in the other. As a police car passes by, suddenly does a U-turn, the officer stepping out right in front of him, ordering him to turn around and put his hands up. The confusion and frustration on his face as he let his chips and drink go. Cameras come out, noticing he's eating too much. He begins to get pulled and grabbed as he screams and asks what is the issue. Now what's happening will leave him with more scar tissue. His eyes filling with anger, his body suddenly slammed the floor. Now he's on the ground, cuffed and hopeless. His face expression telling us there is nothing we can do as colored people but unite. This is the color of my skin. What I thought about the final play that was actually good, like everybody working together and giving each other's idea made us do a good play.
Pretending like the person isn't there, ignoring cries for help, just by your looks, sickness, or for no reason. Many start to give up on themselves.
But the weight of the world rests on my lashes, and the whisper of my dreams call me beyond the earth. Please go back to sleep, it sings. You've forgotten what you really want. You sink deep into the mattress as if it were a metal claw, dragging you deeper into an intoxicating dream-filled slumber that no amount of prescription could mimic. Too far to return, no safety rope to pull you back. Entrapped by blissful ignorance, there's nowhere left to run, no desire to. My fourth alarm blares into my ears, reality creeps into my skin. Some abandoned need to keep going, to keep breathing, to keep running. But when all is said and done, you find your way back to your refuge, sleeping through the days, the only thing that's safe. You can no longer be hurt.
Forgetting that self-care is important. Ignorance, depression, irresponsibility taking over. Forgetting who you truly are, and by your appearance, you can see it.
I see you, girl. Yeah, you. Trying so hard to give your all to someone who gives you a negative amount. Negative amount of appreciation, negative amount of acknowledgement, negative amount of love, negative amount of respect. Sitting there taking apart your foundation to build his castle. Sitting there taking apart your feathers of your beautiful wings to give him a pair. You water the roses of his rotten garden in hopes of him blossoming. blossoming from a rose to anything else. A rose with thorns. Thorns that stab and draw blood in the name of love. Every I love you comes with purple kisses. Every purple kiss comes with salty tears. And every salty tear comes with, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. You sit under the starry sky, wishing upon the endless amounts of stars that your rose loses its thorns and uses its soft, gentle petals instead to say I love you. Looking in a reflective glass, picking yourself apart as if you're performing mental surgery, wondering where you went wrong, wondering how you could have avoided it, not realizing that it's the rose with the thorns. As time goes on, you become tattooed with purple kisses, red ink that has not yet scabbed, and 2 swollen black signatures. You look at yourself in the reflective glass and see that you have become just as cracked and broken as the wall he's built up for himself emotionally, graffitied with his inscriptions of anger and mistreatment. Your reflection starts to scream in your back at you to get out while you can, but all you heard was, he won't do it again. The way that we were able to kind of like figure it out and organize it even under the pressure, because some things changed at last minute, it was good like overall based on that. But everybody came through for their part.
I look around and see people not caring for themselves physically and mentally. People with bad attitudes all because they're unhappy or going through a difficult situation.
But self-love always comes first. How do you expect to feel loved?
I'm so proud of the students today because they were able to reflect on personal issues that they see in their community. They were able to work together to weave all of their personal narratives together and create a play for our school that talks about the social issues in our community and how we could address them. So I'm proud of all their hard work and how they were able to use their English skills to make a more impactful final project.